Hey guys, Mr. Bouchard here, and I'm here to talk to you about finding number of atoms in compounds. Okay, so first off, you may ask, what is a compound? Compound is when two or more elements chemically combine. And obviously, sometimes they'll make molecules, which I'll go over in a moment what that means. But let's start with a simple compound here. Okay, you guys know water, all right? Water, the chemical formula for water is H2O. So H2O, when you see a subscript here, which is a 2 that's lower than it, next to the element, that means basically there are 2 of that element. Okay, so in the case of hydrogen, there's going to be 2 H's, and there's nothing next to the O, so therefore O, there's only one of them. So the total number of atoms is going to be 3. All right, 2 plus 1 gives you 3. All right, the next example, C6H12O6. You may be familiar with that from when you took biology in 7th grade. All right, so when you see that C6H12O6, that's glucose. Okay, so glucose is composed of, all right, from the thing it should be 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens, and another 6 oxygens. So the total number of atoms on that, 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 12 is 24. So the total on that one is 24 atoms. Okay, so that's what you guys have to do. You have to count these up. All right, now these are pretty simple, straightforward ones. Of course, there's going to be a little more complexity coming. So here's where it gets a little complex. So when you add what's called molecules, molecules are when you have a whole grouping multiple times. All right. So Ca3, obviously, just like the last example, we understand that there's 3 calciums. All right, so that's pretty simple. The other part you see in parentheses, PO4 is there multiple times. So, but it's actually chemically combined. It's together as one. So we call that a molecule. So molecules exist together, chemically combined. So atoms are smaller parts of the compounds attached to each other. So PO4 is attached as a molecule, and there's actually 2 PO4s. Now, how do we handle that? Okay, what you're going to do is what's inside the parentheses, you're going to multiply times what's outside of the parentheses. So P is actually going to be, there's 1 P inside, times 2 outside will give you 2. All right, that's simple. Okay, oxygen, on the other hand, there's 4 oxygens in one molecule, times 2, which will give you 8. All right, so there's 8 atoms of oxygen. So if we total this all up, it's going to be 3 plus 2 plus 8. Okay, so the total, 3 plus 2 plus 8. Okay, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13 atoms. All right, so that's the total on that one. So a little trickier. Just remember, if you see a parentheses, you should be multiplying what's in the inside times the outside individually. So each element, right, look at the subscripts. If there is no subscript, it's going to be a 1, so 1 times 2. Okay, and if it's any other number, then you multiply that number times the outside number. Okay, like oxygen. All right. Another example that commonly is messed up, and I just want to point this out, NaCl, which is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is also known as table salt. All right, so you could ask your parents, pass the sodium chloride, and see if they understand that, so you can test them on that. All right, either way, NaCl, that's not an I, all right, so be careful. A lot of people think that's an I. So remember, capital and lowercase together is an element. Okay, so make sure you're reading that properly. So this is actually only a total of 2 atoms because Na is 1, Cl is 1, so total is 2 atoms on that example. All right, so I just wanted to point that one out to you, just so there's no confusion. All right, so I thank you guys, but that's how to do it. So a little bit of addition and multiplication, all right, that will get the job done on this. Okay, so hopefully you get it. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you next time.